playing the character that you do, owning a club and everything, just being a part of the world in general, I'm wondering how do you feel that your character would react to the same-sex marriage ruling from the Supreme Court, and would she have a party in the club?
Oh my God, yeah, are you kidding me? Sure to be popping bottles. It'd be a huge parade, man. Huge, massive parade. She might actually throw a parade in Star Lake City sponsored by her. That might happen. That would be incredible.
Quick question. The transition from Thea to being kind of the little sister that nobody was talking to and keeping secrets from, to being Thea who is speedy and awesome and a sword fighter. I have to say, the first time we saw the sword fights, I was amazed. So how much training and what did you guys go through to get to where you could pull off a sword fight and it looked like you knew what you were doing?
Using lots of sticks and getting hit with a lot of sticks over and over again to learn that you don't want to be hit with a stick, especially when it's not a stick. Because when you're actually doing it, it's no longer a stick, and it's actually something that could, most of the time we do use these styrofoam things that look like they're swords, but still, regardless, when you're getting hit, it's not going to be easy, and nothing feels comfortable, whatever, so you kind of just want to make sure that you don't get hit. And one of my trainers actually, when first boxing, he's like, okay, he put something in my mouth, he put the mouth guard in. He's like, put your hands up, but don't block your stomach. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm gonna hit you really hard in the stomach right now. I'm like, what? And he's like, no. You're gonna need to know this because you need to know what it feels like so you don't want it to happen again. I'm like, okay. Oh God, it hurt really bad. He didn't hit me with full throttle, but it definitely hurt. And then I punched him right in the face immediately right after that. Yeah, of course, come on.
Things that you have to do. Does it get more difficult once you put on your speedy outfit? Are you constricted?
It is getting very difficult. Just because also definitely gained a little bit of weight being in Europe over the summer and been working it out and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of change, and so it's definitely always an issue when you go from a hiatus and. We haven't been able to actually even try on the costume because I flew back to Vancouver to get to try on the costume, and I just missed the costume as I went back down to LA. I come down to LA, now the costume's all the way back in Vancouver waiting for me to shoot on it on Monday. So I can't try it on until Monday, in which we're filming in it. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too tight because it was definitely a problem with the first episode, and it was definitely not anybody's fault. There was no way we could have known about it. We just, when we were trying to pull back the bow, all of a sudden, it just got, when it was cold outside, the leather wouldn't move. It had no give to it, so I couldn't actually move my arm back to my mouth. And so I had to cheat my whole body position to make it look like it was doing it, because you don't want to make it look bad. And I want to prove that I can actually do this stuff, guys. I'm not bad on it. So it was definitely, we're working on it, but it's always a bit of a struggle. But the costumes, man, they're so great, and I'm so surprised at how much give it has in the knees. That's actually the most amazing thing to me.
The first time you got to slip on that red suit, how did you feel when you saw yourself?
When I first put it on, just walking in it, I have it embedded in my memory. So walking in it, I felt this the clamped feeling in my chest, and then I saw it in the mirror, and just tears came down my face. I was out of absolute joy. But it was just this thing where I don't know. I've been waiting for it for a while. It felt like, and finally came, and it felt like I kind of deserved it after a couple of years of hard work, and it was something that I've always wanted, and I've always been obsessed with DC comic books since I was a kid. I'm a huge nerd myself, so it was just kind of like an actual dream come true.
How was Thea being connected by medical legal and head of the legal process?
Right now, I don't think that anything that Malcolm's doing is a number one thing on Thea's mind after, all the crap he put her through last year. Don't think that their relationship's going to be, pretty peachy or keen anytime soon. But, him being, the head of the League of Assassins, being Roz, I can't see that there's going to be much time going between them actually having to have a conversation about something.
Physically, you obviously went through a great transformation this season 3. Emotionally, as a person, how do you feel Thea changed from the events of season 3 leading into season 4?
Emotionally, I think that she became stronger, as well as now with the unknowing effects of what may or may not be happening to her because of the Lazarus Pit. I mean, we haven't seen anything yet, and I haven't read anything yet, but I keep on hoping and asking for them. But, there's definitely some there's a new sense of vulnerability to her, which is not necessarily like a weak sense of vulnerability. It's just she's not quite aware of everything just yet, even though she thinks she is. So that leaves her slightly vulnerable.